Computer. Lights.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Monday. It's Monday. So, well, okay. So I want to rethink my battle plan. So I'm going to wait for Brent to show up because I want to rethink my battle plan here. As you all know, battle plans don't survive first contact with the enemy. So, I'm kind of pondering what can we do here? We're hitting the first week of March now. The what's it's the doodly wop, the thing. This is a technical term. The thing is happening on the fourth week or third week, the third week of let's see here. So we're at the first week of March. I can't think of the name. The Rocky Mountain Cons anime thing. That's happening on the third week. So I have a few thoughts. The rate that we're going, there's no way I'm going to get a 12-page comic out. I mean, I'd have to kill myself to do it, and I would literally have just one comic. So my thought is, we have the tech manual; it's ready. I mean, we need to go back and kind of clean it up and make it pretty, but that's a 2-show job. We can do that quickly and not have a problem. Some other thoughts that I had is we could make portraits of the characters and sell them in their hey Brent, I was about to say I need to talk to you because I'm looking at this going, okay, I could probably push really hard and get those 12 pages in and then run it to the printers fast before we get to the con. But then I would have just the comic. That would be it. I wouldn't have anything else. So my thought was, what if we already have the tech manual? It's ready. I mean, we probably should go through and, gussy it up, make it look pretty. But for the most part, it's ready to go. It just goes out and let's look that up because that actually is important, right? Okay. By the way, Dr. Seuss's birthday is on the 5th. Just saying. So it's the 19th, right? This is the 18th and the 19th. So we literally have 20 days, right? So we got 20 days to do 12 pages. If I did every day, I could probably do it. Yeah, 19th of March 19th. By the way, this is not to say that we shouldn't do the comic. I'm just thinking that the comic's not going to make it for Rocky Mountain Con's anime thing. We probably should give them a few weeks to do that, to roll the print. They're saying 12 days. So our transmit date for the tech manual is going to have to be this week, right? It would have to be that way for a comic as well. I mean, we could probably rush it in a local like here in Denver, but it'll cost 3 times as much. That's the drawback. We get cheaper prices by sending them to these online printers, but the the drawback is it takes 12 days or 14 days. So my thought is, why don't we go ahead and roll the tech manual out the door, then probably do the individual portraits, like do some portraits as prints, do some cards as, like business cards, sort of things like that. And let's hype Bellatrix Rising as a comic. And then going ahead and let's start putting it together and seeing what we can do that maybe will work at the con. Really, it's $30 for the table at that con. It's a really nice price for it. And so as long as I sell like 3 prints at $10 or whatever, it could be pretty decent, right? But we could we'll do cleanup tomorrow and Wednesday for the tech manuals. Then we'll do some individual one-off like shots sort of things, maybe. That sounds about right. Get it out the door on Thursday. If we get that out the door on Thursday, we could have them printed up and ready to go pretty quickly. It's my thought. What do you think? Then we could go on ahead and pivot and do a few of the sort of the cell things that I did. These guys over here. You come with me if you wish to live. Come with me if you do not want to die. Then we could do this kind of stuff and put these out there. Yeah, I totally get it. Like, that's what I was realizing this morning was with 12 pages of comic and none of them even ready, I don't think we stood a chance, even if we had decided to buckle down and I didn't have to rebuild sets and things like that. There's no way I could have done 12 pages last week. No, we don't. And we don't have proper like cards and things like that either. So that's part of what's going on here. We're not ready to do anything. So yeah. So anyway, it doesn't really matter. We were really, really, really tight on money until this morning. So I couldn't have done anything prior to this morning anyway, although we could have been prepped. But my thought is if we did a Vistaprint run on business cards, just a Vistaprint run, save the date sort of cards, we could do that. So that's kind of what I'm thinking of doing here is let's talk a little bit about what we've got going. You want a business because hey, I'm thinking of doing it right now. I don't know what your problem is. Thinking of firing that off today, right here, right now. Let's get this thing moving, right? So like right now, not even messing with this. So, because I'm thinking we could do that today. Because they're all going to have to go out right away. Like all this stuff is going to have to go out right now. So, I mean, what if we were to take what we've already kind of been working on for the for the what's-its, for the... Whew, I'm having a rough morning this morning with memory. I'm having a lot of aphasia problems where I'm just like blipping out on things. Good morning, Donald. Welcome to the show. Yep, that sounds about right. Brinson full drill sergeant mode. Like, do this, do it. There's nothing wrong with that, by the way. Not gonna complain. I'm gonna chuckle, but I'm not gonna complain. No, right. I know I have like a business card template. That's what I'm looking for right now. Because I've got a template for that here. Right. I even have a postcard template, which actually could be useful too. I mean, Dr. Danar? Yeah, I know. Right? That's so sad. All right. We're going to... that's not going to help us. I wanted it to help us, but it's not going to. We are kind of in a hurry, to be fair. No, but I do have... There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah. You can't do anything about this. All right. Let's go ahead and, first of all, let's switch over to the monitor. Okay, so here we got no type here. No typey. So here we go. We got our crops. We got our layer set up. Let's go ahead and start rigging this thing in. All right. Into the Bellatrix Rising area here. Okay, so we can bring up... That's fine. If you fall asleep, we'll take care of you. You know how that goes. We're good. You're just you hang out with us and do what you can. Nobody's gonna fault you. So we probably want the QR code somewhere. That's a big QR code. Everybody with their phones aimed at my screen just got zotted by a big QR code. All right. Okay. We have the title of the show. Do we want to use that's the question. Let's see. We'll put this into the card and we'll see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and put it outside the safe and just keep the Bellatrix Rising. Agreed. Well, the good news is the work that needs to be done on the tech manual is somewhat mindless, not mindless entirely, but somewhat so. So I'm not as worried about, like, I can do that. I've got a couple of nights as well here that are available to me. So that'll help. Let's put this in multiply so I can see whether it's lined right up or not. There we go. So that's required there. Thursday we should be good for a lot of things. We could do this easily, sort of like this. Yeah, you're probably right. Why so guy serious? There we go. Aw. Still you won $20 though, right? I mean, that's always a good thing. Wouldn't complain about that. Okay. Now I kind of like what we were doing up here with the yeah, $20 is $20, man. Not gonna knock that. Okay. I'm gonna put the imprint on here. Just so we've got that. Right? And then we've got that, we got that, we got that. We're good. Hey, $25 gift card. There is absolutely nothing wrong with pizza. I'm just saying. Just saying. Never going to argue with any pizza. Pizza and I don't argue. We don't argue. It's better that way. Yep, I agree. We have a lot of things to put on here. Wow, we've got a very large picture of Chang. Let's do this. And the best part about this is that we'll start with what we've got and we'll work on it to make it fit properly. Her head can fit right in there. And then we'll do what we just did before. We've got those star maps. They look good. We'll just put that behind here as a background. Fade it back so that it's not overwhelming. Now, like I said, we already sort of figured out, we already have sort of a design that we did for I think I cut it in the wrong place. Maybe. Just enough to give it texture. So now we can kind of look at stuff here. That doesn't feel like it belongs there, though, because I don't want to put it there. It is. I'm looking at layout first. We'll get to. Actually, don't want to do that. Kind of feel like maybe more like, I don't know, maybe this. Right? I have to put George's paw print on it. A cat probably would do that too. He'd probably be all about this plan. He'd think it was a cool plan, putting his paw print on all kinds of things. There we go. That's more what I want. I just like the idea of having Bellatrix there. Drop this down 25%. So it's still there, still visible. Crop should be on top. There we go. And then we deal with how we're messing with the commissions line down here, because we'll need to do something either underneath it, which is plausible. We can always start with the obvious, which is take this and just go like so. And that's the obvious answer. And maybe even the more obvious answer is to just simply do this. That might just be the more obvious answer all the way across the board. Or even just go all the way across like so. Put the QR code up on top, because you probably don't want the QR code to also have anything underneath it, or screw it up really bad. These things could happen. Because then it's hard to read the QR code, because that's not bad. right? I mean, it's just a pretty straight up. Maybe not a bad idea either. I mean, that might not be a bad idea as well. Let's do that. Let's see what happens. If we were to take just the outline here, bring this down so I can see where my marks are, right, on this layer, because we know that's going to be the edge of the end. Hey, look how I've made my life miserable here. There we go. And we can go then and say outline selection, draw inside. It's a thing. And we'll say 25. Let's give that a shot and see what 25 looks like. Right? Not bad. And bring this back up. And Control Shift I. And let's see, maybe I'm going to use a different color for just right now, just so that we can mark it, so that we know where we are. Okay, because this all is probably going to be the same color, or maybe not. We'll have to see. So if we were to take like a gold and go into this line right here, probably doesn't fit, but it would fit if we were matching this color. Fits better because it hits all the trim on her outfit, but that might be too small. Might be better to hit this color, right? Because that offsets like so. I don't know. What do you think, guys? Too much line? Should we go less? We could even make this subunit underneath it part of it, and it would fit sort of the nature of the way that things work in Bellatrix Rising, because it has sort of that same aesthetic of having a thing that pops up and comes back down. So it's not horrible bad, but it's not, I feel like it's not what I'm after, but that's okay. And we'll leave that underneath. I think it looks good this way too. I want to do this, right? Because that is the nature of things in the Bellatrix world. It has to go down and up and then over, and all the lines have to be convoluted. And okay, so we're going to also take, no, I kind of like that. That works. And we'll go in here, take the eraser tool, and bring it down from 40 and 12. There. There. Give it a little bit of that. Feel like we could also do like a couple of the, these guys. So just give it kind of the shaping that we get with some things in there. There we go. Kind of give that design that we get all of the Astronet design, because that's sort of what we've got. If you look around the outside edge of this frame, obviously we've got that Astronet sort of design. Should we go for blue? I think blue, yeah, the Bellatrix Aesthetics. I think blue might wash out. The orange might be better. So I just didn't. The reason we've got two colors here is I didn't want to chop past the gray line. We don't want to go past that line. But now that I think we're good there, we can do that. And everything that was that gray line is going to be cut off by the printer anyway. So I'm not terribly worried about, it's not going to be this orange. It's going to be orange, very narrowly orange around the outside edge. So you think we should go lighter? Okay, knowing though that, keep in mind, this is, if you're just thinking, we have to have a trim, although kind of black looks kind of hot too, huh? It looks very Halloween though. We have to trim. We have to give them enough room to cut the cards and have an error. Okay, we can soften the orange. By doing something more like this. But then it doesn't match the warning orange on her uniform anymore. Oh, but we could take this, right? That yellow that's right there. Let's try that and see if that works. What do we think? Better? There's a mid-range orange in here too. No. There's a mid. No, that's not going to work. That's the same orange. So what do we think? Do we think that we want to? We've got a couple of options too. We could hit this blue, right? And go in like that. Whoop. Whoop. Don't know what layer I'm on, apparently. There we go. And we could do that, going for her. I like the yellow kind of too, I think. Let's check this one real quick against this yellow. Dang it. I don't know what edge I'm on. I don't know. The problem is one has to be behind and the other has to be in front. Mm-hmm. Well, I agree with that. But what do we think of this? It's a darker yellow. It'd be more like the wings that she's got, or the star. Am I sure? I guess I am. No. There we go. That's better. There we go. How about that? Because I think that's probably... So that matches the yellow in the star and on her wings. This is a little lighter, right? That's darker. Excuse me. I don't know what it's picking here on the picker. Yeah, because that's what it should be picking. So this is a lighter one here. I think I think this medium one's better. I think that's better. What do we think? I'm going to hold here until everybody makes their opinion. And while you are, I'm going to go in and fix this problem because we've got this problem again. It'll bug me that these holes are in here because they've got all these weird little holes that she got whenever we were. There we go. Yeah, I think so. We're here, and that matches her Unity patch, the wings, her Captain's Star, or her scrambled eggs. I guess those are her scrambled eggs. There to indicate that she's the captain of the ship. The only problem that I'm having is we do have a huge open space right here. And I think that's probably okay. I think we're all right with that. I think this is good. I think this is the right color. It offsets that. And you're right. It's nice Ukrainian assistance here. There we go. So if we were to do that, we end up with a nice little... Right? Only a captain after that first cup of coffee. Before that, no talking. General order. General order 21. That poor ensign. Already getting grief from the captain. Right? It's going to be this big. It's going to be tiny. So it'll be fine. I think you're right. I think you're right. And then we will take and we'll come in here and just let's clean this up because that looks a little messy. Oh, really? Not helping myself. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. Good. Now we've made it. Now the question is, should there be a back? And if so, what should we put on the back? Because I think there should be a back. Maybe that might not be a bad idea. She does seem just a hair off center. Like more like here. And maybe bring the imprint closer to there and bring the title like so. Backs do increase the price, but not by a whole lot. And generally what I've discovered is putting a back on there, well, oh yeah, the ship. The ship should be on here. Do we have a Webtoons location? Maybe I should put the Webtoons location on the back and stuff. Let's go to Webtoons, and let's make sure we've got that. I feel like okay. So I don't think I've got a series until I put an episode in. So looking at Webtoons, or my sponsors, a Unity quote. The Daily Show. That's not bad at all. All right, let's take you and we'll duplicate the layer. One of the other things, though, is I like using these blues. So let's go ahead and do this and just presume this blue in the back. And then just do everything in white so that it looks really cool. It looks very authentically, different or something. I don't know, a thing. It's all good. Anyway, so we'll set for white. And we'll go to our font. We need to be out of Guy Serious. Arial Black. And then we can say quote of awesome. We'll get there. And then just so we all know, quote of awesome is a thing. We actually kind of need to come up with the one-liner anyway. In space, no one can hear you scream. To boldly go where no man has gone before. We need to come up with that one-liner that we've got to kind of, yeah. And the one-liner for Battlestar Galactica, they have a plan. It's like, that hurts like a lot. It's really cool. There we go. That's good. That works. Live streaming from Denver, Colorado. Every weekday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Standard Time. Watch comic come to life in real time. There you go. All right, spread that out to there. Select all of it. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Like there. Maybe there. Dang it. Help me out here. Do that. Take that out of bold because it doesn't need to be bolded. That one doesn't need to be bolded either. In fact, Arial Black's probably a bad idea because it's all bold all the time. There we go. Are you bold? And yeah, you are. There we go. Then I can center this. It's already centered. I can raise it up one there. There we go. Page. Who says that page setting isn't like a pain in the butt? You got it. on colon, people love to see the icons more than they actually like to see the words. So let's put this to this side, put this to this side. This ensures that everything is centered. And then humanity is almost a head count. Thinking about like the concept basis, the core concept of what I'm after as far as because really there is sort of a dual story going on, right? On the overlaying part of it. Like almost like live today to its fullest because tomorrow is not guaranteed. Where's my sketchbook? Because in my sketchbook, I have written a couple of key doodly wops. That's a key word. That's a important word, doodly wop. I'm just saying. Deedly doop. Boop de boop. Beep de bop.
10 minutes to Geek Tank.
Oh man, we're already at 10 minutes to Geek Tank? But we just got here. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm thinking. Well, let's get the rest of the icons in here because if nothing else, we can get the icons in. We're good, right? So because there's Twitch. I'm just trying to pull up all the goofy little social media icons. There are a number of them. I don't use TikTok, so that's, although I probably should at some point use TikTok, right? I mean, we're gonna get there. Somewhere along the line, I'm gonna have to figure out TikTok. I know it. It's just a matter of time. Humanity's struggle is real. That's fine. That's cool. Oh, you're gonna swap your car for a motorcycle. Oh yeah. It's supposed to be that warm here too. I concur. Do what you need to do, my friend. Because that will be a thing. And we all need to do that. So I'm just gonna sit here and try to figure out how to do all this. Man, I hate social media icons. Oh God. Right? I hate them. Okay. Okay, we downloaded that. And just grabbed a thing. Oh, yeah. My English is improper all the time. Irritating. It's exactly what I was afraid of. Of course, it's going to wipe out that the F in there. Good enough. My dad used to call Twitter tweeter. He was a character. Oh boy, tweeter. Yeah, put that out on Twitter. Yeah, Dad, I'll put it on Twitter. It's like, okay, do what I can. Tweeter. The thing about that, when you think about some of these things, is that it's a bummer when you lose somebody who is creative and interesting as a human being, because then you're like, in 20 years from now, something else is going to come up. I have a Snapchat. Something else is going to come up, some other aspect of life. And I'm going to sit there and think, what would Dad have called this? Knowing that there is a tweeter out there, what would he have called that? It's always a bummer to lose somebody who's a character. You always think about their character and you're like, oh man. There you go. Deep, deep, deep. And then I can take and resize the whole lot. And then we're going to drop the YouTube one just a little because it should be balanced.
Say goodnight. Grace.
Okay. That's the name of that tune, guys. My lights have changed. Everything's changed over. Everything's changed. Everything's changed. Okay. All right. That covers pretty much all of them. We'll come up with a quote. I'll probably come up with it in the next couple of yeah, right? I mean, it's like they pass away and they were such a interesting person and such an interesting aspect of your life. And it's not just that you miss the person, you miss the way that they alter and change your world. And I think that's rough, but we'll get there. Well, you can join us over on Geek Tank. That's also fine. I did notice that it finally this morning freaked completely out about me having too many streams. So I had to remove my Rocky Mountain Geek Tank stream for this. And so for my morning show, I'm no longer on broadcasting out on Geek Tank. So that had to stop this morning because they figured it out on me. But that's okay. That's okay. We got it. We got everything else under control. We're good. So cool. I will see all of you guys tomorrow. If you're out there driving and things like that, you got to go get your motorcycle ready because I don't blame you. It's going to be beautiful today. And Donald, if you need to go get food, bro. Just do it. We'll be here. And if you want to join me over on Rocky Mountain Geek Tank, I'm going to start Geek Tank in just a few minutes. Until then, it was great to have you all here with me, and keep your eyes on the stars. Bye.
Computer, good night.